Welcome to the GSL. I'm Tasis, and with me is Artosis. We barely made it back to the table in time. It's so good to be here with you guys. We're halfway through today's games.
That's right.
And
been good games so far.
Been very good games.
Zenith is getting a lot better, man.
Yeah.
His play is getting much better each season.
He's like the Dragon Ball Z guy. He's getting more powerful in each episode. Not that I ever watch it. Go on, Artosis.
All right. Our next match is going to be a Zerg vs. Protoss with two players I don't really know all that well. I know the Protoss a little bit. I don't really know this other guy. Next, Suhoshin.
Yeah, I don't know this guy.
Maybe he has a Korean ID, and I'll recognize it. But until then, he's just a Zerg from the Zenix team. There he is. And a cool thing about being on Zenix means you have some of the best Protosses in the world to practice against.
God, their Protosses are so good.
They are, man. The next Protosses
They actually might rival
impressive.
TSL.
As far as
TSL is like overall good. Like and I'm saying that even with Songho being on the team, I think Zenix is their new.
I feel like Zenix is actually one of these really powerful ST, Zenix, of course OGS and TSL seem to be just kind of a little bit above the other teams right now. But here he is, Suhoshin, and he's going to be going up against
none other than
FreeDSL Wera.
FreeDSL.
FreeDSL. That sounds like one of the worst IDs I've ever heard.
Well, it's not bad at DSL. Using a DSL, free. It's like free internet,
Yeah, free internet Wera. Like
you can watch GOM TV with free internet.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah, that's true.
Food for thought.
Yeah.
We don't know much about this guy either because he's very new. We have two very new players. Well, they both admire Fruit Dealer and Slayer's Boxer, according to our information sheet.
That's right. Well, anyways, it's a ZVP, and I like ZVP. It's a fun matchup
Zerg's in it.
Because Zerg's in it. It's one of my favorite things. But the funny thing is I actually really like TVT, and I really like TVP. PvP, I'm a little bit iffy on. I don't like it that much.
Well, PvP is interesting the way it's evolving.
Yeah, now it's actually
like
really interesting.
Narrowing almost into like kind of like a ZVZ and StarCraft 1 where I'm like, ooh.
Yeah,
there's actually like 3 things you can do here.
I don't know. I know you don't play Protoss, but now in PvP,
I play some Protoss.
Well,
I dabble.
I've heard that right now
top.
in PvP, we're actually seeing no Colossuses anymore. No. There's actually some crazy like Immortal Phoenix builds and stuff. Like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And a lot of expanding as well. So, anyways, no PvPs. Not today, at least.
So we'll talk about PvZ. PvZ, the Protoss really dictates the matchup early game. Zerg has to respond, defend, and eventually mass up enough to where the Protoss can't get any more expansions, or the Protoss' attack gets squashed.
There's a lot of strategies you can do right now. People are experimenting with a lot of different things in Zerg versus Protoss. There isn't like a king strategy yet, though.
That's true.
The thing is, Colossus kind of bungles all the math because a strong Colossus timing push comes before you can get Ultras out.
Yeah.
And therefore you don't have Ultras for it. But the Stalker, Sentry, Zealot, Colossus mix can stop basically every army. So it's a little bit tricky for Zerg in the mid-game. The early game can be quite fine. The late game can be quite fine. It's that mid-game area that Protoss is really strong against Zerg in right now.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the map lineup. First map is going to be Shakura's Plateau.
Good map. Probably best map in the pool. Very large. We're seeing excellent games on there so far. And next, Suhoshin, as a Zerg, removed Steps War and Delta Quadrant. Very normal. And FreeDSL, Wera removed Scrap Station and Lost Temple. Those are good choices, actually. Lost Temple, the more I play it in Zerg vs. Protoss, I feel like it's one of my favorite maps. It has just that singular choke. And there's a lot you can do with that.
The other two maps were Zelnaga Caverns and, we're going to start this right now. You saw Jungle Basin. Let's get ready.
Right.
Our red player over here at the bottom left. He is
Suhoshin.
Over here at the bottom right, which sounds like an advertisement. It's like, can you believe with this new package deal with your TV you get
FreeDSL Vera.
FreeDSL.
Yeah, it's quite an odd idea to choose.
I wonder what, what I'm curious about is what does DSL actually stand for?
I think it means exactly what we think it means.
Well, better not.
There actually, sometimes people don't put a lot of thought, especially in Korea, into their IDs because StarCraft players have always been known by their names. Like,
this better not be a double entendre. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. We have double extractor.
Okay, we might be seeing a 12 pool.
Yeah,
Normally when you see a double extractor, it's going to end up being a 12 pool. Against a Nexus first build, that could be quite good. If it's not a 12 pool, then he's just hurting his economy. He's like, no, I just don't want a good economy. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Here's the probe. Moving out.
But he is making an Overlord. Interesting. You know, a lot of people actually tested out all the different ways that you can get your Overlord, what supply to get on, which tricks you should use. And 9 Overlord, just straight up 9 Overlord, just making drones all the time, has turned out to be the best economy move. The memo never made it to Korea because every Korean Zerg does something different, which just doesn't do as well.
Whoops. Clicking on the menu here. Excuse me. The probe is going to try to interfere with the hatchery getting planted here. Oh, nice.
Juking and jiving in between the drones, the drone linebackers.
He's doing the dance. Frustrating moment here for Zerg. Zerg needs to get a hatchery up.
Pylon, please.
Actually, you know what? He might have actually sent the drones out early. Looks like because he didn't actually have the income right away.
Yeah, he's already, his pool is half done at this point, so. Oops. There it is.
Double gateway. Of course, he does have gas over here.
Yeah, what we're going to see here most likely is 2 very fast Stalkers to punish him for not getting gas. Therefore, speed would be very late with Zerglings, and Stalkers can micro quite well against slow Zerglings and, of course, well against anything else Zerg's going to throw at.
Stalkers are surprisingly fast.
Yeah, they're a very fast unit, which I think they kind of need to be. It gives Protoss a little bit more mobility. But, yeah, we should be seeing 2 Stalkers just basically charged right out. He has saved enough Chrono Boost at this point.
Now we see probe moving out. He will be picked off here because he walked on the creep.
Gas just being gotten now. Yep, rallying Stalkers, which are being Chrono Boosted out right over to the Zerg player. Might even decide to bring that Zealot over to help hit the Zerglings as they try to chase the Stalkers away. Normally what you do is you make 6 to 8 Zerglings, just chase the Stalkers. You're going to basically end up losing probably all of them, maybe save 2, and that'll buy you time to actually get your speed upgrade or a Spine Crawler, depending upon what you want to do.
Stalkers are out as predicted.
I actually really like what FreeDSL is doing, if I could just mention this. It looks like he's going to expand off of this, which is really an awesome build because you put on some pressure and you get an expansion up, and that is the best of all worlds right there.
Yeah, it's basically feigning pressure. The Zerg's going to think, oh god, he's attacking me really hard. I got to get more, spine crawlers, don't make drones. And then he's like, nah, I'm going to get a Nexus.
Not quite yet, but
it looks like
we will see. And now it is time. He's got, look at that, right around 8 Zerglings.
Pretty smart to have the Queen tank the damage early on because his Zerglings will lose unless he gets surrounded.
Protoss knows that this isn't actually going to kill. Just doing whatever damage you can.
Uh-oh, the angle here pretty good for Zerg.
Yeah, but the Zealot is going to tank a lot of damage if those Stalkers do more damage quicker than originally they had planned. And there you go. There are the 8 Zerglings.
Is he going to get the Queen?
I think he is.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this has turned out a lot better than even I thought it would go. That Zealot actually helped it out a lot. Oh, nice, he surrounded it. Got to be careful, man. But still, if he gets that Queen, this rush has been way more than worth it.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Run. Oh.
The Queen lives. That actually turned out quite well for our Zerg player.
Oh, my God.
It looked like it was going to be terrible, but turned out to be awesome. Now, a lot of Zerglings speed is done. A lot of Zerglings are on the way.
He's going to wall. I think he's going to, oh, nice. He's going to go for a wall here.
Yeah.
FreeDSL is actually quite good.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. No doubt about that. Look at that. This is great play by FreeDSL. And our Zerg player,
nice.
Suhoshin, actually dealt with it quite well also.
Blocked him off. Sentries are going to use those tasers they have.
That's about it,
Zap 'em.
man. Those things only stun nowadays. Remember when they did like 2 more damage? They just make a bunch of sentries and kill you. Good old beta.
What did you say the sentry looks like? Like he's holding a snow globe?
Yeah, man.
Holding a snow globe of New York City.
Shaking it up.
Shaking it up.
This is what it looks like when it snows. You're like, oh, that's beautiful.
It's so beautiful when it snows in New York City. Spire's on the way. More gateways.
This is
Follow
actually
this up
really
with
good.
Stalker, Mass Stalker, with Blink, and actually he's going to get a Stargate as well here. Double Stargate.
Okay, and that's a rare opening that we see.
I haven't seen this one. Tell me.
Yeah, it's quite rare actually. Which is why our Zerg player is actually going straight Spire without scouting. But the thing is, Phoenix is destroying mutas in ways that we don't even want to talk about.
It's rated R.
Yeah, there's a few things you can do to try to counteract this when you see that they are in fact going to Stargate Phoenix. One is switch over to Hydra, that's the worst way. 2 is switch over to Infestor and rush to Ultra. That way is the way I normally choose to deal with it. Or you can go Corruptors, because they have a long enough range that they can actually battle against them. But then you have Corruptors, and they just make a lot of Stalkers, and it gets quite dirty. But it's better than nothing, man. I mean, this is just not going to be a good place for a Zerg player.
Zerg may very well lose in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Phoenixes,
definitely a possibility.
of course, you can control the Phoenixes in a way in which the Mutalisks, when they retreat, they cannot escape.
That's right. They just...
That's actually one thing about Protoss and the way that they operate is when you engage Protoss and you do it wrong, you're not going to get away. Stalkers can chase you with Blink. Phoenixes can just chase you with their mobility. And, of course, they have Force Field as well.
That's right. Now the Mutas are coming in.
And the Phoenixes are out.
And you notice they can run away from the Mutas while shooting. Mutas are a bit quicker, but...
The Mutas are actually stuck in the corner now.
The Mutas are actually slower than the Phoenixes. That's wild.
I wasn't going to say anything, but... Got your back, Mitosis. Mutas versus Phoenix.
Yeah, it's not going well for these Mutas. Our Zerg player is actually playing very smart. They're taking a third base right now. Because when you have Phoenixes, it is actually going to be very hard to put any real pressure on your opponent, aside from hitting the stuff that flies.
Yeah, Phoenixes can't land on the ground, so they're not going to do any damage to you.
So making that extra base.
And of course, they can't pick up the unit making the structure because that drone becomes the hatchery. It's not like Terran. If you see Phoenixes as Terran, you don't want to just go ahead and expand somewhere. They're just going to take you out.
Now, we have the Zerg player, Suhoshin, choosing the one that I like best to do against this. You just switch right over to Infestors. And what you do is you just snap a fungal growth on them, and you can even still go mutas. As long as you get that fungal growth on them, you can hold them still and kill them. Phoenixes win because they're running away and stuff.
Yeah.
But he does have a Corruptor as well. He's just countering him in every which way. But really,
Nice.
That's not good. That is not good. Against this, I normally do make a couple Spore Crawlers as well, because things can get messy. Your mutas will be too far away, and suddenly the harassment done by Phoenixes gets gross. Ooh, and the Phoenixes actually have +1 ship attack, so don't normally see that.
To this.
Yeah, very committed.
Back here in the Protoss' base, we can see teching up. He does have the Citadel. We have another engagement though over here.
Killing a Novi. And
Nice.
that Queen isn't going to be able to save those drones if he chooses to kill a lot of them. Making a shuttle.
Warp Prism over here. Not a shuttle, Warp Prism.
Yeah. And also, something pretty cool being made.
Dark Shrine. Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people do like to make Dark Shrine against Zerg players who are on Mutalisk tech. And just in general, especially with the Warp Prison, a Dark Shrine is very powerful. Now we do have an Infestor out, so if he can fungal all those and kill them, he's going to be in a good position.
And one thing about basically getting Phoenix is much like Corsair DT is Phoenix Dark Templar bullies the Overlords off the map. These are the only 2 Overlords that are even present, and actually, as I say that, this one's going to be spotted and killed. That means the Protoss can expand very easily without having to worry about Zergling harassment.
That is correct. You know, a really cool thing about Dark Templars in this game against Zerg, Overlords do not see things and hold the phone.
Oh!
Nice! Fungal growth. That's exactly what he needed to do. And now he's going to kill all these Phoenixes. And our Protoss player is in a world of trouble right now. He lost all those Phoenixes. You really have to micro them to destroy the Mutas. Nice moves there by Suhoshin. Now, what I was saying was, there you go. Exactly.
DTs.
Overlords need to be upgraded to detect. So if you don't have spore crawlers around, DTs just ravage Zerg.
Where are the DTs?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, he's supply blocked.
Oh, no. That's embarrassing.
Oh, I'm getting stressed out. I want to see these DTs come out. He's going to go over here. There he goes. Pylon complete.
Oh, no. He's going to actually kill multiple hatcheries with this, I believe. There has not been a single spore crawler yet. There is an infestor at the expansion over here, below there, which could make the DTs detected.
Where is it?
Infestor
I'm sorry. I have a glare on this monitor.
And there that hatchery goes. Where are the other DTs he worked in?
No, he worked with Zealots in case he doesn't kill the hatchery and the guy leaves it alone later on, then he can go kill it with the Zealots.
It always hurts to lose that. You have to make spore crawlers against Protoss if you're going Muta.
Nice comeback here for the Protoss. Many Mutas. Many Mutas. Now I can use Fungal, but actually there's a ton of Zealots here.
DTs with a ton of kills. I'm surprised he actually worked in that many Zealots when there's Mutas.
Yeah, it might be overkill. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
He sees it.
Goodbye, everything there. And Zerg's still looking quite strong.
Meanwhile, down here at the rocks.
Interesting, he's besting through their wall, setting up a Nexus. You think he'd kind of set up, maybe get a few more units before going in. Because there are a lot of Mutas out. Mutas are pretty good. Here come the Mutas, along with some Zerglings. This is very exciting. I'm on the edge of my seat.
All right, here we go. He grabs the queen. Yeah. This could be the final battle here. Right. Independent if the Mutas can actually win it. That's basically what his army is comprised of right now.
Right.
And I think the Mutas actually will win this.
A ton of Mutas. That's what happens when you get that fungal off. He has a lot of cannons, though.
He has a lot of expansions, by the way. The Zerg is now taking the entire map.
And the Muta's engaging, killing these cannons. It looks like our Zerg player is going to take the first game here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, really great play by both players.
He has basically no minerals here.
This has quietly been one of the higher level games we've casted in the round of 64.
Look at this. Damn.
Yeah, he just makes hatches everywhere. That's pretty cool.
Spreading like the bubonic plague. FreeDSL going to be taken out in this game, but both these guys very talented. We still have round number 2, though. FreeDSL can pull through with a win still.
Yeah, just warping a few other units, and he's going to have to GG any second here. Against this many Mutas, you really do need Psystorm, especially after you lose all of GG.
That does
all those Phoenix.
Great game there by our excellent
Zenex
Zerg player. Yes. And Zenex, clearly because he's on a team with so many good Protosses, gets to get very good at ZDP.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can see he is actually quite good at ZDP. He knew what to do there when he did see that his opponent was making Phoenixes.
Yeah.
He did the right counter to that. He got both a Corruptor in there to help save those off, even though he didn't really use that correctly. But the fungal growth, that's what he waited for. There was actually too much harassment with those Phoenixes. And he caught him, killed him, had his expansions up, did a great job.
Awesome game. Let's get ready for game number 2 between these two sick players.
Yeah, they're actually both very good. I'm quite impressed.
Xel'Naga Caverns is an exciting map because there's a lot of different strategies we've seen on it. I'm curious to see how the Protoss is going to open. The Protoss played really well with his opener in that game.
Yeah.
And Xel'Naga Caverns is a map where if you're good at knowing your opener, you're probably going to win.
All right, well, the game counter has started.
It's begun.
Tasteless.
Let's get ready for game number 2 on Zell Naga Caverns.